Our agency absolutely believes that recovery is possible, and individuals who have behavioral health needs, who are in transition out of correctional facilities, returning citizens, should have every opportunity to pursue recovery and to pursue their goals.
Well, it was interesting because at the time, the Forensic Peer Mentor Program was one of the newest ones to add to the rehabilitation efforts here. So, two big challenges. One, of course, was finding resources for them to use, and the other challenge was making sure that all of the staff here understood what was going on and why, and in that way I just basically had to start changing the culture.
With the Forensic Peer Mentor Project, I wish it had been in place when I was going through my trials and tribulations and challenges through, drug addiction and being incarcerated and, having the challenges of being a mother and all of that. I wish this type of program was in place because I've seen it work. I've seen the success of individuals who are incarcerated and going back into their respective communities and doing great things.
I ended up at Lee Arundel State Prison because I had battled through a 13-year addiction. I got caught up in a lifestyle that was very dark. I was involved with selling drugs just to support my habit. And one day, 5 U.S. Marshals came and knocked on the door. It led me to prison. It truly was once a nightmare, but then it ended up saving my life.
I believe pretty much everything I went through while I was out there actively using substance abuses pretty much prepared me to be a forensic peer mentor.
Most staff, when they come inside a prison, they have a concept that they are there for strict disciplinary measures only. And in reality, we also have the job of helping offenders not come back into prison to reduce their recidivism. So culture-wise, everybody had to understand how important this program was so that we would be sure the offenders were brought to the mentors in time for their appointments and that the mentors got cooperation if they needed something from the staff.
This is my first time being back here, and I'm really humbled just to be back in here. The smells alone will bring back so many memories of all those nights that I spent here working on myself, working on my recovery. I'm so grateful that I'm feeling strong.
It's been amazing. It's been the best thing. Throughout this whole process, Mr. Dent made himself available to me to be able to talk out feelings or anything, that may be going wrong. He was available to provide resources. He was a friend.
Coming here and talking with you actually has boosted my morale for when I'm released. I've been locked up 9 years and I still have 1 more year to go, so that's a lot of anxiety.
5 years ago, our commissioner identified the need, along with a number of other commissioners across the state, for all of the agencies that work in the area of human services to take a look at some of the policies and practices that our state agencies have in place, and to think about whether or not there are barriers that prevent individuals with behavioral health needs from successfully transitioning back into the community.
The United States Department of Justice reports that about 16% of the population in prisons or jails at any given time has a behavioral health diagnosis, and over the course of 1 year, approximately 10 million people enter U.S. jails. In the state of Georgia, as of October 2017, there were 9,935 persons with a behavioral health diagnosis incarcerated in correctional facilities. When these returning citizens are released from prison, they often face a multitude of challenges to include receiving adequate health care services, employment discrimination, and finding suitable housing in their communities. As a result, these individuals often find themselves cycling continuously between the community and correctional facilities. In early 2015, the Georgia Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities embarked on a partnership with the Georgia Department of Corrections, the Georgia Department of Community Supervision, and the Georgia Mental Health Consumer Network to combat the epidemic of returning citizens with serious mental illness and co-occurring substance use disorders cycling through correctional facilities. Through this collaborative partnership, the Forensic Peer Mentor Program was launched. This program places forensic peer mentors in Georgia prisons and day reporting centers to support the successful reentry of our returning citizens. The utilization of forensic peer mentors aids in the reduction of recidivism among Georgia's returning citizens. In the first several years of the Forensic Peer Mentor Program, the recidivism rate among those returning citizens who were released from prison was 0%. In their specialized role, the Forensic Peer Mentor acts as a recovery champion. They share their lived experiences with the criminal justice system, serious mental illness, and co-occurring substance use disorders, and provide practical assistance to aid in the successful reentry of the returning citizen. The main focus of these specially trained certified peer specialists and certified addiction recovery empowerment specialists is to instill hope and inspire returning citizens to make positive and lasting changes in their lives that can sustain successful reentry. According to Jill Mays, DBHDD's statewide program director for the Forensic Peer Mentor Program, data shows that the program has been able to greatly increase successful reentry and reduce the recidivism rate for individuals with mental illness and co-occurring substance use disorders who are being released from prison or on probation or parole. The program's belief is that with support from the forensic peer mentors and other appropriate community resources, all returning citizens have the capacity to live and thrive in the community. Because of the proven success of the Forensic Peer Mentor Program and the hundreds of individuals and families that have already been positively impacted, DBHDD plans to continue this mutually beneficial partnership with the Georgia Department of Corrections, the Department of Community Supervision, the Georgia Mental Health Consumer Network, and other interested state agency and community-based stakeholders to expand the program to serve additional state prisons, day reporting centers, accountability courts, and hospital forensic units, as well as enhancing the program by adding an innovative family reunification program. We recognize that peer support services are not merely a supplement to traditional mental health services, but complement the comprehensive array of services necessary to adequately support the recovery and successful reentry of Georgia's returning citizens.
Until the next time we meet, I want you to work on your wellness toolbox. Don't go any further, okay? It's in order for a reason, okay? So just work on your wellness tool. You don't have to fill up every line, but whatever, and add some things that you want to try that you haven't. Maybe you have some things in your bucket list that you want to try, okay?
Yeah, that's
Add those too. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
For
because
when I
they can
meet.
become goals.
Okay.
Things that you want to do, and maybe we can, we can make a plan to help you reach those goals, okay?
I'm going skydiving. Are you going to go with me?
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
Okay.
There was a lot of skepticism. Just thinking about someone coming in, having the ability to walk around, talk to clients. We didn't know what they were going to talk about because there's that sense that the clients need to have some rapport with the forensic peer specialist. And so not knowing what they would talk about, but then knowing what they did talk about has been nothing but phenomenal.
Coming here to the Atlanta Day Reporting Center, I was met with open arms. Everybody welcomed me. All the staff here are very good.
It's made a great difference. I have since then, graduating from the Metro Atlanta DRC, I have since then obtained my CPS certification myself. So I am now Mr. Dent's colleague and not his mentee.
There was a time when clients would come in and we would lose them quickly, but we've been able to maintain them a lot more frequently, especially those that have challenging backgrounds, that have challenging experiences going on in their lives. Those clients have been overly successful. We've been able to get them to appointments. They have been able to move into housing, into programming that we never thought we would be able to get them into.
I found working with the two forensic peer mentors very easy. They wanted to make sure that they abided by the prison rules while also making sure that they did their job. And sometimes some people may say there was a conflict in that, but they made it very doable. It was seamless.
You know, they know us by name now, like, you know, and the work is getting around the prison. How can I get in that program? How can I get in there? You know, I want to be a part of that. You know, such and such is a part of that. I want to do it.
Peers that I come in contact with changing, and it's over a period of time, but just to be able to watch and see the transformation is one of the most amazing things that I've ever seen.
After getting the support that I needed, that it was just sort of a natural instinct to want to give back and to help and just complete this full circle. I went through the forensic training. I love what this program is about because it saved my life.
If a person has drug use problems, I would say refer them to a peer mentor that would be able to help them. Don't be so quick to arrest them.
I feel very at ease here with you, and y'all have helped bring my knock down that wall, that little break that shell, and come on out a little bit, and just all around. And I can do the DTR meetings and the 12 steps, so that's helped a great deal too. Okay. So I'm happy. I'm actually happy for a change. You know, being in prison is not a happy place, but you know, since I've been coming to our meetings, I've been very happy. I look forward to them.
The training that we provide, the curriculum that has been developed, definitely equips them to be able to do the work, as well as the ongoing support and the ongoing supervision that forensic peer mentors receive from their immediate supervisors. All of those things in concert work to support them in being successful.
I think hope is the best word to sum it all up. It's nice to see an offender who previously walked around with her head down, knowing she's going to get out of prison, not knowing what she's going to face. Will she be able to make it? And see that turn around after the mentors step in to help them so that they know they have a fighting chance when they get out.
For information on how to become a forensic peer mentor, contact the Georgia Mental Health Consumer Network at 1-800-297-6146 or by email at peermentoring@gmhcn.org.